fight and pray every day.
I need a minute, let me breathe. I'm used to being alone, I expect for you to leave. And I never had a home, but accepted in the streets. I always knew I was strong through depression and the grief.
All right, we got the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Al Harris in the building. What's going on, bro?
Hey man, how you doing, man? Doing good, bro. Everything's going good.
That's good.
I can't. Yeah, man. It's been a long stretch. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay busy though. Stay consistent. You know what I mean? Even through everything that we're going through. Just trying to stay consistent, man, and keep using my gift, being a good steward of it. There's a need everywhere at all times. Just because COVID hit don't mean that people stop needing your gift. You know what I'm saying? Needing what you have. And God gave it to us just for that reason.
Agree, man. I agree. Looking on the other side of COVID, the Tools film, in which you play John, has had a lot of delays, but I believe everything happens in God's timing. And when you got something that God is giving you, you have to be cautious with it. You have to be careful with it,
Right.
and operating on His timing. I ain't gonna say COVID was a godsend, but it was an eye-opening thing.
Right.
Refine our gifts, refine our relationship with Him, and then get in tune with His voice. So I'm glad Mary is finally here, April 24th, 2 showtimes, 3 p.m., 7 p.m. at the Chapman Culture Center, man. I just want to put that out there. 7 p.m. is a red carpet event. The 7 p.m. showing is a red carpet event. 3 p.m. you can relax. It's like you're going to the movies. But 7 p.m. is the big boy. You dress up. We got some special guests coming. It's gonna be dope. So I got a few questions for you, Al, who plays John in the film.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, my character John, man, I believe that he was early on in his life, and if you look at it, it's not fair because it's, in a sense, he was robbed. He was robbed from this life that he pictured, that he thought that he would have. Him, his mom, his brother. I mean, his mom, his dad, his brother. It's easy to get this glimpse of this happy family. You know what I mean? He had everybody. If he needed somebody to have his back, they had his back. You know what I mean? You know that just by how well knit they were. Until a tragedy hit. That's why I say he was robbed. Not only was he robbed, but he was placed in a position where abandonment, the feeling of abandonment just crept in, man. Even though he knew the situation and what happened, but it seemed like when he needed his family the most, they were nowhere to be found. So things like that, it could place something on the inside of a young man. You know what I mean? And I know that all firsthand. Being given over to my grandmother at the age of 5. My mother and my dad was nowhere to be found, nowhere around. Which later I understood why. But still, that didn't stop me from feeling like it was something that I had done. That would force them to abandon me. So in trying to navigate through life without that structure, without that nurturing, motherly feeling, or that where you can go run to, kick to, talk to about anything. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that. He didn't have somebody to run to and talk to about his struggles with life, his his insecurities, maybe in areas where he had low self-esteem, maybe in areas where he needed guidance. He didn't have that. So he had to turn some stuff I could imagine he had to bottle up. He had to keep it inside. And with that, it's very dangerous, man, because when it explodes, man, it spills on everybody that you're in contact with. He didn't have an outlet. He everything that he experienced, which was a traumatic experience, man. He had no one to run to talk to about, to let that frustration, that anger out. So it grew on the inside of him, until later, it was navigated in a negative way, in a negative sense. Why? Because that's all he had saw. He didn't know anything else but what he saw. Nobody taught him how to live. Nobody taught him how to conduct finances. Nobody taught him how to clean, cook. Nobody taught him how to walk through life and treat people, be well mannered. And he didn't learn that. All that was robbed from him. All that was stripped from him. So he was literally forced to learn this thing called life on his own. And so was I. So was I, man.
Right. John's character is a very real character. A lot of people go through those times where they have no one. I always say, you do your greatest work when you have nothing. You do your greatest acts in the world when your back is against the wall, or you want to change when you have nothing left. You have nothing to run to, even though it can be dark sometimes, but we still persevere. We still keep pushing. What was the hardest thing about your character, acting it out, being John? What was the hardest thing?
With John, you know what? That's actually a hard question, because everything that John experienced, I was familiar with. You know what I mean? All the things that John went through, I felt on to some degree or on some level. Shoot, man. I guess the hardest part with me, with John, would be interacting with Grace. I could tell you that much.
Right.
And Grace is John's childhood friend. As a matter of fact, she was the only one who understood John. She was the only one who really got John and had the patience enough to sit down, listen, and give him chance after chance after chance, even though, he may have came off harsh sometimes. He may have came off careless sometimes. I think that was the hardest, dealing with Grace, with her having the grace to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? That, I believe that was pretty challenging, because it was times where I was wrapped up in the character, to where I'm thinking like, yo, this ain't me for real now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, so yeah, man, that was the hardest part, man. Now I used to, probably used to be like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, with me who I am now, just playing John and interacting with Grace was probably the hardest thing, the hardest part.
Right. And Grace, we know God's grace and the character Grace goes hand in hand. I could say that much.
Right.
But it also shows what God's grace looks like. Sometimes God gets impatient. Sometimes he gets mad. All the characteristics that we display that God gave us, but sometimes he gets upset with us. His patience is worn thin, but the number one thing, that his grace is always with us. And you'll see that narrative in the film. Sometimes we'll get mad, like, oh man, if I was Grace, I'd be gone, but God's grace is always sufficient through every area and obstacle in our life. And Whitney Morrow, who played Grace, she said this is so opposite of her,
Yeah. Shout out to Whit.
Shout out to Whit. I'm talking to her next week about her character. And I really believe that, I think that was a challenging role for her. And like John, it was a challenging role for you, because sometimes we try to match our character up with our real life. And sometimes that can get dangerous. Sometimes that can make you upset. And there actually was a time when you had to walk out and breathe and disconnect from it because
Woodlands
yeah,
Hill, yeah, man.
yeah,
It was time. Yeah, those feelings and emotions start, because like I said, it was so real, man. It was so real, as if I was putting myself through it all over again. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Another question: what was some of the greatest experience about the filming process? You know, it was a long process before we actually filmed it. But what was some of the good experience that you experienced in the filming process?
With the filming process in itself, I believe one of the good experiences for me, was just being. It's like this puzzle. It's like this puzzle that you before you put it together, you see all the pieces laid scattered everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And as you begin to piece it together, and you find pieces that fit and you find pieces that match, not only do the pieces fit and match, but the picture comes together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Find yourself like, wow, this is actually beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it makes you want to finish it. You know what I'm saying? That was the experience with Tools, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first got the script, of course, I read it, and even acting out the parts, you know what I'm saying? Because we would do it in parts, so it's not like, it's not like everything matched up right then and there, but the editing with everything coming together, then you'll see the whole thing. But I begin to see, it was a moment where I begin to see it coming together. And I was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a movie, bro. You know what I'm like, yo, I'm in a movie, yo. This is a real movie. We putting this thing together. Not only that, but it makes perfect sense. And it reaches out to the masses, to those who are broken, to those who are hurt, to those who feel abandoned. You know what I mean? To those who to those who have so much frustration to where they want to lash out and be like Pop back in the day, F the world type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
This is
right.
You know what I mean? And bruh, yo, when I saw it coming together, man, it was a beautiful feeling. It was a beautiful feeling to the point where I can't wait to see it. Boy, I'm like, yo, I can't wait to see this movie, man. I think I'm more hyped than people who, who have nothing to do with it, but they just want to see it. I'm hyped, man. I want to see what's going on, man, how this thing turning out and stuff like that. So that was a great experience. And not only that, but working with the camera crew, working with Chris Kelly, working with Smith Lee, working with these people who with Jizzy, working with people who have been doing this and it's their passion. I'm an artist, I'm a rap artist, you know what I mean? I never thought to be an actor, bro. Never. But working alongside people who have been doing this, you know what I'm saying? That was a great experience, man. Especially when they tell me, yo, you made that look real authentic, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that was a great experience to me. Like, yo, I'm just being, I'm just being me, man. I'm just being me, trying to act out the character the best way I can. But yeah, that was another great experience, man, to hear those seasoned, actors and those seasoned videographers and photographers and stuff like that, man, for them to tell you, yo, man, you really did that. You did a good job right there, man. That was a great experience, man. It's a whole nother lane than rap. It's a whole it's a whole nother lane than putting a song together. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's natural. You know what I mean? I do that in a restaurant on a napkin, man. When something hit my mind, I'm like, babe, hand me a napkin. You know what I'm saying? And I'm writing, you know what I'm saying? But this acting thing, man, that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother level, man.
Oh yeah.
But I loved it. I loved every second of it. A lot of time, man. A lot of effort, man.
A lot of time.
It was a lot. But yo, I really love the experience, man. And to experience everybody come together, man, and because it was moments where it was frustrating, very, very frustrating, but you know, we all encouraged each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gonna finish this. We gonna do this, man. We gonna knock this out, man. You know
Right.
what I mean? That you know, during the filming process, that was another experience that I really liked. You know what I mean? The fact that, you know, we had to roll our sleeves up sometimes and do what we had to do. You know, working with great people, man. I mean, great people who actually played their part, man. You know, that was a blessing and an honor. You know, just to alongside those.
And what tools did you get out of it? I think you probably already answered that. But what tools did you get out of filming Tools?
Man, to be honest, you know, to be honest, man, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are in your life, maybe that you're connected with, but there are some people that's essential. You know what I mean? They're just because, you know, someone is born into your family. Honestly, it doesn't make them any more essential than someone you meet and who God has assigned to your life. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, some of the people that God assigned to your life will be more of an inspiration and help to you than some of your own family members. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes, you know, of course, man, you have love for your family, man, and you know, be there for your family when they need you, you know. But there's gonna come a time, you know, where you face a fork in the road, and you have to ask yourself, you know what I mean? Are my friends, or is someone that God assigned to my life more essential to my purpose than my family members or my family member? You know what I mean? And honestly, man, to determine, you know, that, you have to have tools.
Mm.
You have to have the tools. You have to have the mental wisdom to understand characters and personality traits of people. And you're gonna have to have the heart to be able to accept a person, to have compassion for a person, and and be able to relate to someone and know where they're coming from. And you're gonna have to be strong. You're gonna have to be strong when it comes to sometimes having to walk away from that person. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a time in life where you have to walk away from some people, you know, but because they're toxic as it pertains to where God is taking you. You know, and I believe Tools, man, Tools is the perfect movie, the perfect description of those moments that you encounter in life where you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. You know what I mean? Who are you gonna allow to to lead your life? Who are you gonna allow make decisions in your life, or you know, be the voice? You know, our people perish for their lack of knowledge. You have to be careful who you give an ear to, because whoever you give an ear to really directs the course of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because sooner or later, what you hear will become your actions. You know what I mean? You'll begin to live that out. If you stay around a person long enough, you'll find yourself imitating that person. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important, man, to that's what Tools in a nutshell, man, means to me. You know, your circle, the people that you're connected with, who you are in covenant with. You know, you have to make sure that those people are helping you move toward your destiny and not taking you away from it. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much fun you have with them, no matter how good they may look, or good they may, you know, treat you or whatnot, if they're not helping you move toward what God wants you to be, or what you were created to be, then they in the way. They in the way. And you need those tools to determine that, man.
You see people's genuine reaction. I can't wait for it, man. April 24th, Chapman Culture Center, 2 showings, 3 p.m., the matinee showing, the primetime showing, 7 p.m., red carpet premiere, concert, behind the scenes footage of the making of Tools. And we have some business people going to be there too that, you know, BMSMR, Fit for a King Clothing, Rock Bottom Apparel. So you can go shopping too as well. If they don't have their merch there, you can go on their website and get it, man. It's all about uplifting what we have around here in the upstate. So final question, well, 2 more questions. I'm gonna let you go out. I know you're a busy man. You just got home from work. So why should people come see the Tools film?
First of all, because it's a product of you, of them. You know what I mean? Tools is a product of the people. If you're here from the upstate, if you're from Spartanburg, you're from Anderson, Greenville, Easley, no matter if you're from South Carolina, this is a product of you. You should be proud of your movie. This is your movie. You know, that's one of the main reasons that people should come and see Tools, so they can see what they've birthed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you wrote it. Yeah, you wrote it. You're the director of it, but you know, it came from us, man. This ain't come from California, New York. This didn't come from Texas, or you know, this came from right here, man. Right here. You know, and they should be, the people should be proud of that. They should be proud to be able to say, yo, we got a movie. You know, we got a movie, a real movie, 2 hours and 15 minutes to be exact movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is something that the people should be very, very proud of, man. You know, I'm just the actor. I'm just a tool used in the movie Tools. You know what I'm saying? But this is for y'all. This is for the people, man. You know, y'all come on out and see this movie, man. And not only that, but be inspired. And be inspired, because it's not only a movie, it's ministry. You know what I mean? Everybody has something that they can relate to in this movie, man. Everybody is dealing with something that this movie touches on. I promise you that. You will not come take your seat and watch that film and not relate to something that you see on that screen. Thanks. And I can promise that, I can guarantee you that. Not only that, but you'll get the answers to it, to some of the stuff that you're facing, because it'll play out right in front of you. You know, this movie is a blessing in so many ways, man. So many ways. It's not just a film to me. It's not, man. It speaks real life. You know, all the glitz and glamour, sometimes that takes away the substance, man. But this not. You finna get real raw. This is real raw life right here, man. Real raw situations. Like I said, man, this ain't far from my life, my real life. You know, and yeah, it was hard. It was wild. It was crazy out there in them streets. I almost died. Got shot. Was homeless. Been locked up. You know, in real life. You know, in this movie right here, ain't far from it, man. Y'all come on out. See this movie, man. This is yours. This is a product of you, South Carolina. Come and see this.
Excited about it. April 24th, 3 p.m., 7 p.m. Now, 7 p.m. is a red carpet premiere. What that mean? You got to dress up, look good. You know, please don't wear no Air Force Ones thinking you're clean. You know, just you know, wear some hard bottoms. You know, wear your best. 3 p.m. If you don't want to dress up, come to 3 p.m. You can come relax with some sweatpants, and we still gonna treat you right. But 7 p.m. is the big deal concert. 2 hour and 15-minute film. 2 hour and 15-minute film. Come out, Chapman Culture Center, April 24th. Be in the building. Even the staff at the Chapman Culture Center is excited about it. And just the imagery alone of seeing the poster that Mad Artist created shows a lot of emotion in it. So just be prepared for an emotional roller coaster. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, and you're gonna have you doing some self-inventory as well. When you leave this thing, man. It's a ministry tool, but it's raw. The rating is R. So if you want to bring your kids, just know that there's some strong language in there, some strong images in there. But if you feel comfortable with bringing them, I guarantee you they will be touched to it. They will be touched to and motivated to do something better or be better than what they are now. Because God loves you the way you are, but he does not want to leave you the way you are. He wants to change you. He wants to shape and mold something different. So Tools, it's amazing, man. I thank you, Al Harris, for being a part of it. doing an amazing performance along with the other cast, man. But I'm excited. Hope to see you guys there. I will be there. Everybody will be there. And we're excited to finally show this film April 24th, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. $20 for the matinee, $25 for the primetime premiere. And it's well worth your money. And I guarantee you for the next project, which I told Serena is called Canvas. It's called Canvas.
Ooh.
And it's, oh my goodness, it's a whole nother level. Now it's totally different than Tools. It's really ain't a Christian film, but you're gonna get some God in it. Everything I do, you're gonna have some God in it. But it's a murder mystery. It's called Canvas. So that's the next project. But I need you to come to see Tools, man, to help fund that project and to help local businesses in the area as well. All right, love y'all guys. Thanks Al for your time. I'll see y'all. Peace.
Peace.